Ladies and gentlemen, shit is going down. So if you guys have been on the internet within the past 24 hours, you guys are probably somewhat familiar with this whole Fortnite versus Apple and Google war going down right now. There's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of details that you've probably missed. So in this video, I'm going to be covering everything that has happened so far. And I'm not gonna lie, boys, this situation is actually huge. Like, there's a whole legal battle going on right now. So I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what has happened so far. And also at the end of this video, I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions on who is in the right and also who is in the wrong in this situation. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Make sure to drop a like on this video if you do enjoy. Let's shoot for 100 likes. And also, only a small percentage of you guys are subscribed to my channel. So if you guys end up enjoying this video, make sure to go down and subscribe. It's free and you can always unsubscribe. And yes, once again, I did steal that from Dream. So this whole battle between Fortnite and Google and Apple started off when Fortnite changed the prices on their V-Bucks. Yes, I know that sounds insane, but that's exactly how it happened. So on August 12th, Fortnite put out this tweet right here saying they're going to fix the shop, and then of course the next day they ended up like fixing the shop, I guess you could call it. Basically what they did was they discounted all of their V-Bucks by 20%. So if you go in the shop right now, the 1000 V-Buck pack is $8, the 2800 V-Buck pack is $20, the 5000 V-Buck pack is $32, and the 13,500 V-Buck pack is $80. So they discounted everything by 20%, and for the most part everyone is happy. Alright, PlayStation hasn't said anything, Xbox, PC, Steam, whatever you want to call it. No one really was mad about this change. Well, it turns out Apple was not so fond of this change. So on iOS, you had the option to either pay the full price, which was what it was before, or you also had the option to pay Epic's price, which was, the discounted version. And the reason Apple was mad at this change was because Apple actually charges 30% for every exchange that happens through the App Store. So as you guys know, before this whole thing went down, Fortnite was obviously on the App Store and also the Google Play Store as well. And if you guys did not know, Apple takes 30% of all sales and every microtransaction exchanged through anything that is sold on the App Store, which includes Fortnite. So with this change, Apple will be losing money, because if you bought the Apple price, which was, the original $9.99 for 1000 V-Bucks, they would make 30% off that. However, Epic decided to add their own way to pay for V-Bucks, which was the discounted price. And through the discount price, Apple will not make any money because the purchase is going through the Epic Game Store and through Epic rather than Apple. So Apple was pissed at Epic Games for doing this, so they decided to take Fortnite completely off the App Store. If you go on the App Store right now and try to look up Fortnite, there is no app for it whatsoever. There's a few different apps related to Fortnite, but the actual Fortnite game is completely off the App Store. Now, because of this, Epic was very pissed off, alright, because obviously iOS is a pretty big stream of revenue when it comes to Fortnite. I mean, that's a big chunk of their players right there just completely wiped. Also, because Fortnite was off the App Store, iOS players who have the app right now aren't able to play it the next season. They can't update it to version 14.0. They're stuck playing the most recent version, which is version 13.4. And so when the new season comes out, as of right now, they're not going to be able to play it. So because of this, obviously, Epic is pretty pissed off. So they launched a full lawsuit against Apple. They took legal action against one of the biggest companies, actually, I think the biggest company in the world. So Fortnite ended up tweeting this out right here yesterday, about 19 hours ago as I'm recording this. Epic Games has filed legal papers in response to Apple. Read more here. So if you click on that link, you can find the full lawsuit in detail. Literally every single aspect of this lawsuit can be found right here. I'm pretty sure no one's read through every single word of this besides lawyers that are involved in this lawsuit. So not only did they file that lawsuit, but also they made it a huge deal in game. They wanted to get all of the Fortnite players that are currently playing Fortnite against Apple. So on August 13th, the day after they fixed the shop, Fortnite tweeted out, Fortnite Party Royale will premiere a new short, 1980 Fortnite. Join us at 4 p.m. Eastern. So this random event was announced, and obviously everyone hopped in to see what this event was all about, and it turns out it was actually a promotional video to turn all of the Fortnite players against Apple. Basically, the trailer slash commercial that they played in game was a parody of one of Apple's commercials that they released in 1984, and I'm not gonna lie, it was actually really funny. They even made a whole Apple skin. They modeled a whole Apple skin just for this video. And at the end of the trailer, they told everyone that Fortnite was off the App Store and that they're taking legal action and all this stuff. They basically explained why Apple is restricting Fortnite from them downloading their game. What's pretty ironic about this is that the original Apple commercial from 1984 was a commercial against IBM, who is a very old company. Back in 1984, IBM basically had a monopoly when it came to technology and selling computers and basically anything technology related. So Apple made this commercial in 1984, you know, taking on the IBM monopoly. And now here we are in 2020, Epic is now taking on the Apple monopoly. It's crazy. Epic also put out a statement regarding this whole situation. They basically explained why Apple removed Fortnite from the App Store and why, you know, iOS players can't update their game to the next season. What's also interesting is that Fortnite exposed some more companies, including Amazon, Grubhub, Sneakers, Best Buy, DoorDash, just a ton of apps that are available on the App Store in which Apple does not take these fees from them. But yeah, they released this whole statement and they basically turned everyone against Apple. They even released a hashtag everyone can use, hashtag free Fortnite. And not only did that hashtag, but also V-Bucks, Tim Sweeney, and also the whole situation was trending on Twitter yesterday, and I believe it is still today. So yeah, Epic obviously did a fantastic job at turning everyone that's playing Fortnite against Apple. And later that day, after everything came out between Fortnite and Apple, Google also removed Fortnite from the Google Play Store as well. Then Fortnite made a tweet this morning saying Fortnite is currently unavailable on Google Play. More information will be forthcoming soon. So not only was Apple pissed about this whole payment discount, but also Microsoft and Google were pissed at this as well, because Google also takes 30% of microtransactions through the Google Play Store, any app that's sold on the Google Play Store. So like clockwork, Fortnite filed another lawsuit against Google as well. Two of the biggest companies in the world are going against Apple now, ladies and gentlemen. This is crazy. Once again, you can also find the 63-page lawsuit on the internet as well. Once again, didn't read through it, but it's probably similar to the Apple lawsuit as well. Apple and Google made a response to Epic's lawsuit. I don't want to read through both of them, but you can pause the screen and read through them if you want. They basically explain why they're in the right and why they think that they give fair game to all of, you know, app developers that sell their apps through the App Store and also through the Google Play Store as well. Now, the thing with this whole lawsuit is not just to go against Apple and Google and like the monopolies that they have. In their lawsuit, Epic said Epic is not seeking monetary compensation from this court for the injuries that have suffered, nor is Epic seeking favorable treatment for itself, a single company. Instead, Epic is seeking injunctive relief to allow fair competition in these two key markets that directly affect hundreds of millions of consumers and tens of thousands, if not more, of third-party app developers. So basically, Epic is taking a stand against these ridiculous charges that Apple and also Google are charging. Epic thinks it's bullshit that they're taking 30% of all of their microtransactions, and they believe it should definitely be lower than that. As a matter of fact, on the Epic Games Store, as you guys know, you can buy other games from the Epic Games Store. Epic Games only charges 12% to game developers when it comes to buying games on there and also microtransactions as well. And they've been doing just fine. I mean, Epic Games is worth billions of dollars. They're doing just fine. So obviously they believe that Apple and Google can lower their, you know, their percentage take from 30% to something, you know, more reasonable. Now, in their statement, Apple actually wants to work with Epic here, and they actually want to resolve this issue and get Fortnite back on the App Store. However, they said they're not going to make any sort of special arrangement with the company. So Apple does not want to, you know, lower their percentage take from Epic Games, but they just want to settle this lawsuit so they can get Fortnite back up on the App Store. Because Fortnite was definitely a big money maker for Apple. I mean, if they're taking 30% of all microtransactions in that app, they're clearly making a ton of money, like millions of dollars. So with all the facts on the table, I'm going to give up my thoughts and opinions on who I think is right and who I think is wrong. And to be honest, honestly, I'm on Team Epic. All right, boys, we're fighting for Fortnite, okay? I believe Apple does have one of the biggest monopolies right now, and as a matter of fact, the US and the EU are investigating Apple right now for a deal, like a shady deal that they made with Amazon, because Apple actually agreed to a 15% toll on Amazon, as a matter of fact. Arc Hoops tweeted out, Apple is under investigation by the US for secretly negotiating a lower revenue share with Amazon, 15%, and by the EU following a 2019 complaint from Spotify over Apple's standard 30% share. But who would have thought that Fortnite would be the one to finally serve them justice? So Apple was already under investigation before all of this, alright? They were doing some shady shit with bigger companies like Amazon and Spotify, who is a very well-known streaming service. You guys know what Spotify is. They actually called Apple out on this bullshit in 2019, a year ago, and now Epic is doing the same thing here. And to be honest, I believe that Apple does have a monopoly here. If you guys aren't familiar with what a monopoly is, okay, it's not just the board game, alright? A monopoly is when a company has so much economic power in a certain market, in this case on the App Store and through apps and, you know, app development and all that stuff, that they can charge ridiculous prices because they're the only way that, you know, a certain market can get that certain product. So iOS players can only get Fortnite through the App Store, right? There's no other stores or no other places where they can get Fortnite. They can only get it through the App Store. It's different with Google though, because on Android you can actually get Fortnite from a few different places. So it's a little bit less skep when it comes to Google. However, with Apple, they know for a fact, alright, they definitely know that app developers who want to launch their apps on iOS can only get them through the App Store. So they're charging these ridiculous 30% fees for all microtransactions and all purchases made from apps that are on the App Store so that they can max out the revenue from these third-party app developers who are obviously a lot smaller companies than Apple. So who do I think is going to win the Apple versus Epic lawsuit? Honestly, I think Epic does have very good grounds here to file a lawsuit against Apple, especially because the shady shit that they did with Amazon, that's also going to be a big factor in their lawsuit as well. However, when it comes to Microsoft and when it comes to Google, you can get Fortnite from a few different places on Android, so Epic kind of has less of an argument there. Google could claim in court that, you know, you can get the apps from different, you know, places on Android, so they technically don't have a monopoly when it comes to, you know, selling apps on the Google Play Store and just, like, you know, app development in general. So I don't know, that lawsuit's going to be pretty interesting. However, I think Epic has some very good grounds when it comes to taking on Apple. Honestly, I can't wait to see how this lawsuit plays out. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the near future. Hopefully Fortnite can get back on iOS, because honestly I feel bad for all of these iOS players who can't even play the new season because Apple is being douches here and taking 30% of all the revenue, and they know they have a monopoly, alright? Let me know in the comments down below right now, what do you guys think about this situation? Whose side are you on? I would love to hear all you guys' thoughts and opinions on this whole lawsuit going down between Epic and Apple, and also Epic and Google, in the comments down below right now. But anyway, thank you guys all so much for watching this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.